Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fourth round of the PSGL season after a week-long break. As you can see, quite the small turnout here tonight at Madrid. People not too keen on the new layout. Well, unfortunate to see that. My name is Otaku Logan. I am brought to you by Rylan as well.
Hello, thanks for in in for
Inviting me.
doing the introduction and that. Sorry about
No
stuff there,
worries.
but anyway, we're here for Madrid. We're with 12 drivers today, and it's anyone's game. Who do you think's going to win today, Logan?
Oh, it's pretty hard to say around a new track, but we'll see how it goes from here. As you know, 18 minutes of qualifying, that's how it goes around here. Started a little later than normal, but that probably can be compensated in the fact there are no cars out on track until just now. As you can see, coming through the new section of track that has been built specifically for this. It's a mix of permanent and temporary. For example, I don't think cars will be going around the banking when it's not in use for Formula One, the Curva Monumental, of course.
Yeah, um, yeah. So we've so far got cars out on track at the moment. I believe one of the first persons out is a Williams of Sim of XIMK6. Don't really know what to call it here,
Just call
but
him
yeah,
MK6 or just
okay,
MK.
yeah, MK6 here, who is the first person out on track at the moment, as he's as it as actually he's not the first person out. I think the first person out is Exceloff, who is on a lap at the moment, coming through the first sector here in the Alpine. He's obviously going to be purple in the first sector due to him being the first car out on track at the moment. What? As I still need to think where first sector is here around Madrid. Haven't really done Madrid too much here,
It's
so
just
he's done
past
a
the first sector.
27-1. Yeah. Anyway, he's coming into sector 2 currently. He's doing some really nice corners there from Exceloff.
Right.
It's probably going to be very tight up top here between these drivers here.
I think we'll be seeing a variety of lines being taken through the new Curva Monumental, which is what I believe. Um, well, I'm trying to find him, but I can't find him. Where is he? There he is, Mohammed coming around the Curva Monumental. I think we'll see a variety of lines being taken. Some will go low, some will go high, some might go into the middle. It is a brand new circuit, so I guess it'll be trial and error for all the drivers here who have chosen to race tonight. Some have already invalidated despite the tight nature of the circuit, and my goodness, Zelov in the Alpine nearly touched the barrier at the end, but he gets a 129.666. Oh, a bit evil that. As you see, it starts for the left-hand turn, which is unusual for a track that goes clockwise, because it usually starts for a right-hand turn. But not here. You go left, then right, and then you got a long straightaway before this very unusual segment of the circuit, which you have to slow down for, and you've got to dodge the sausage curbs. They'll slow you down. Don't hit the wall. It is very tight. I'm pretty concerned here and in the real world about potential of being lots of incidents around here.
Yeah, as I can agree with that, there will be loads of incidents because of how tight this track is. It's going to be very tight, and yeah, we're going to see who does indeed come out on top here, as it does look like some people have come across the line here, and Exceloff is leading by like 3 tenths at the moment, which is quite good, as we see Snow going third there in the Mercedes, and Noah goes second, 3 tenths behind Exceloff there. What do you think of the times at the moment coming in, Logan?
Well, early to say who's got the edge here because these guys have never done a lap around here in competition. However, of course, as the times go on, I'm sure they'll tumble down. We've got a whole variety of times here from the 7.5 set of time, 29.666, and then all the way down to 131.699, 2 seconds down. We do believe we are the only tier on right now because PS1, throwback here. 30 years back, PlayStation F1, unfortunately, will not be on tonight because of the lack of participants. Nate Trover Talks cutting the corner there. That's going to be quite a common occurrence during this night. So watch out for that if you are doing it. Mohammed has set a lap, but I do believe he was invalid, so you'll have to go again. And there's a new time, 1:29.545 from Vimaranvi. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Vimaranvi, maybe? But the series is at the top, just like the real world.
Yeah, very, very good time from Moranvi there, as there will definitely be more people going quicker and quicker throughout this session. But looking at people on their laps, we're seeing Daniel come through, and Daniel's the quickest of them all at the moment. Who's the next person across the line? It would indeed be critical damage, but he has indeed impeded his lap, so he's going to be going again here. Loads of people impeding their laps currently.
Yeah, and we're going to see that over the course of the session. The ending, I have to say, it feels like Sochi. This track feels like a mix of Sochi and Valencia. I know people very want to mention Sochi these days because it's not on the calendar anymore. We won't mention why. You know why. As Critical Damage 6-7 is doing a lap, he is coming through the longest part of the circuit before, oh my goodness, he went right flying over the sausage curb. And that might put a lot of time on his lap as he comes through the second sector, goes through the tight chicane, and then it's going to go through the swooping right and left hand before the Evergrande. Curva Monumental. Look, he's going right to the bottom. Right to the bottom. He's right on the edge of the track. I think he's trying to find the optimum line here, is to go low. He's not out of bounds because he had his left tyres on the surface, on the white line, and then you come through a series of swooping curves. It's kind of like Suzuka with walls. Well, except here, that feels more like Sochi. Or Las Vegas.
Yeah, as currently on board with critical damage here. He's going through the last sector here. I don't actually know, he's not on a lap. But we do have Johan, who is on an outlap at the moment, and will be going into second sector at the moment on his outlap. He does have a Red Bull in front of him, who don't seem to be on a lap. Probably thinks that Johan's on a lap, but he's not on a lap. So Johan's going to be... I wonder how quick he's going to be today.
I wonder too. We'll have to see when he comes around the lap to start his actual lap. Of course, the outlap doesn't count because obviously you'll be starting after the timing beam. All of the pit lane is after the timing beam, or before it, depends on the track, but usually after it. As you can see, yes, it is very tight. It's like having to do microsurgery.
Yeah.
One wrong move, it's curtains. Sorry.
Yeah. One more wrong move and they're in the walls. It's a bit like Monaco. One wrong move and you're straight in the wall getting damaged. But here we go. Johan starting his lap here in the shiny Williams car, which is blue here. He's coming into the first sector in that first corner now. Now the second corner. What can Johan do? Is he going to go very quick in the first sector, which I do think he will improve due to the track evolution of this Madrid circuit, which does indeed pay into his favour for now, but it won't do later.
Oh.
Massive over that curb there. They're all jumping over that curb. If it was on sim damage, they'd all have damage to the floor here.
Yeah, they'll be doing 5 pit stops during the race. All in 3 laps. Now the Curva Monumental. Oof. On the edge there.
In the second sector, he's coming through the I don't even know what the corner's called, but he's coming through
I don't know either.
some of the corners now. As he is indeed
clouts the wall.
As he does look like he goes purple in the middle sector, but I don't know if that's due to him not setting a lap. But he does go to the last few corners now of this track. As we're going to see if he can get pole position. He probably would get pole, but it's very easy for the others to improve in front of him though, behind him though. Coming to the last corner now, using all of the battery left in his system. what does he do? He goes fourth. 2 tenths off the leader. Not a bad lap from Johan. Definitely some improvements there.
Yes, absolutely. He has set the fourth best time. Six drivers in the sub 1 minute 30 mark. Critical damage 6-7 is about to do a lap. And this corner here, the fourth and third to last corners, that is quite an unusual segment. I don't know if that will be refined for the real world, but it just looked quite sketchy to me. I don't mean to negatively criticise the track, but I am quite concerned what damage that will do in the F1 when we get to Madrid in September, and I won't be there. I'll probably be at the... Oh, look at that! Noah has set the fastest time, 1:29.378. We're 7 drivers now sub 1:30, and Noah's the fastest of them. Critical damage now starting his lap yet to get on the board. As I was going to say, I probably won't be watching Madrid. I'll probably be watching the 4 hours of Silverstone if I decide to go there.
Yeah, it sounds like fun, the 4 hours of Silverstone.
Yeah, and then they're doing 6 hours in the WEC next year. I will probably attend that as well, but critical damage 6-7 around, and I'm going to say 6-7 for the rest of your life. If you like it or not, try ban me now. Curva Monumental for the Ferrari as he goes drifting around a large bank curve, which will probably be the outstanding section of the track. Probably the best part of the track. You saw a lot of moves being done in some of the story modes people have been doing. And then, of course, this under the tunnel segment, and then swoop left and right, which will be pretty fun to watch, I'd say, especially with the overtake. I think there's 2 overtake modes here, with the battery management being a part of the game, which has been quite interesting. And oh man, he hit the wall hard there. Hopefully that hasn't damaged his car as he comes around the final corner. He hits the wall even harder, and the final corner he only manages 10th. Above 130, only one of 4 drivers not to crack 130 so far. Oh!
Yeah, it does look like some of the drivers are struggling around here, which is very necessary, to be honest, because of this sort of track. But
Yeah.
we do indeed have MCI. No, he's not on a lap. IRT Mohammed is on a lap currently. No, he's not. I think he finished a lap. Who's actually on a lap
He's
here?
hit the wall anyway.
I don't think anyone's on a lap at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting to this point where they've done their second laps. Geis, by the way, I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry. MCI has just set a time of exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds. If only it was that stopwatch game, or, oh gosh, he hit the wall hard. What's that thing where you have to stop the buzzer on exactly like 10 seconds and you win like a free pizza or something? I can't remember that.
I think I've seen it on TikTok before.
I've seen it on a Japanese game show called Viking, called BioClock, where you have to be within half a second to win the game. It's that, or Time Freeze from the Cube. He's kind of like perfected that. Unfortunately, no $1 million for him. He just 9th place in the standings for MCI, getting exactly 1 minute 30. But yeah, I don't think anyone's on a lap here. Noah is at the top. You can see he's at the arc of the times. Mark Daniel is half a tenth behind. Vimaranvi down on 5:45, and exactly a tenth behind him is Mohammed, who is in 4th. 1:29.666 for Zelov is enough for 5th, and he's coming out on a lap right now around the Curva Monumental, amigo. And Johan, that's how you pronounce it, by the way, not Johan, Johan, 1:29.690, just a quarter of a tenth behind Zelov. Then Basil, I'll just go Basil, 1:29.792 in 7th. Snoo on 1:29.836. Geis on exactly 1 minute 30. Critical damage 6-7 is 432 thousandths down. Provotox is on 135.93, and at the bottom only 131.559 for MK6 or IMK6. I think we'll go with, yes. We don't say the X's here. Everyone is coming out on their lap. I think the 2 I'd say the Hasses, but you can't really tell the difference between Hass and Cadillac. I think that's an Audi. No, it's not an Audi. That is. Well, it's both the Hasses. Yes, it's really hard to differentiate some of the cars because some of them are colored blue and white. You know, it's not very diverse, is it? Remember when we had yellow and pink in 2020?
Oh yeah. Wait, was that Racing Point 2020 you're thinking of?
Yeah, the only win ever came in their second last race.
Hmm.
Perez should have been Russell. Oh, when nearly a crash between the Mercedes and the Cadillac. That was probably more common in the real world, though, considering Cadillac are right at the back with 0 points right now.
Hmm.
Unfortunate
But I
to see.
think Excelos did indeed go in a bit of traffic there. Don't know if that's costed him. Yeah, it's down. He looks to be a bit down in his time there. I think he did get a bit impeded by the V carb there, which will definitely be talked about later. If it,
Yeah. Uh-oh, another car coming, but gets out the way. That's the Haas. And yeah, they're going to be
Except,
touching the wall a lot. It's like threading a needle.
yeah, that's sort of what I expected, to be honest.
Same.
But yeah, well, yeah, he done improve.
Unfortunate, and I don't think he'll have enough time. Yeah, he will not have any time to complete a lap. He's backed off. So, a minute to go. This will give a time for everyone to set their lap. Mark Daniel, who may be under a bit of scrutiny for that potential impeding, is on his lap. He's come around turn 3, now down the long stretch towards the. What can we call this section? The twisty section, I could say. The sausage curbs are there, and you don't want to hit the wall. And then the even twistier section, we get up the hill, take a right, take a left. Oh, he hits the wall again. There's no room for error on this track. Right, the swooping fast chicane, and he's hit the wall again before Curva Monumental around the banking. That is probably the most
Hmm.
spectacular part of the track. That may be one of my favourite parts of any street track I've seen.
It reminds me of the old Monza layout where they used to like have a like curved section.
Yes, but that was much steeper. I've been there in real life. It is scarily steep. Very steep. Do not try and climb it like it's the Warped Wall and Ninja Warrior, which many people were doing. Time's up in the session, and Mark Daniels lucky he didn't cut the course there, but now he's coming into the unusual hairpin before the right-hand turn, the final two turns. And now the final corner, Basil has gone up to fourth. Here comes Mark Daniel. Can he improve by at least half a tenth? Yes, he can. He's nearly in the 128, 129.092. And Nor doesn't improve.
No, actually impeded.
Oh
But
no.
sadly,
That is unfortunate to hear.
actually
Zell's
not
coming to
impeded,
pit.
invalidated.
Yeah, yeah. It's alright. Who are we looking for? Moranvi's coming round. He's improving, but not enough. His teammate's gone ahead. His teammate goes even ahead of her. Moranvi 176, but it's not good enough for Paul. Mark Daniel can't be topped here. Geis is not improving enough. Here comes critical damage. He hits the wall, goes up one position, and I think that's it. Yes, that's it. Yeah, MK's not improving. He's invalidated anyway. That is the session over. Mark Daniel in the Racing Bull has achieved pole position, and Moranvi's left the session at the worst time. Can you get by Moranvi in the session again, please?
I don't think I ever added.
Oh, I think I could do it myself. I don't have any of them added. So there is your time screenshot that quickly because I'm going to try and invite this guy back into the session. Yeah, sent it. There's your starting lineup, the top 12, as it is all there. I could no need to explain it. It is Mark Daniel pole with Moranvi in second on the front row. And yeah, I wish there was more, but at least we have a race tonight.
Yeah, but there will be drama, which will be fun to watch today.
It looks more like an amusement park than a racetrack. You've got all these Ferris wheels, these circus
Well, we've talked about
tents.
drama, and it's raining. Even more drama.
Oh, the rain in Spain! That's such a pain. I blame David Blaine. Anyway, we'll be waiting for a few seconds before we get underway. I'm still trying to get Vimaranvi in.
I see a few people going inters here. But most people looks like they're going wets. No, some people are starting to go inters.
Well, that's fun. I'm going to try and invite Moranvi again.
It looks like there's going to be a mix between inters and wets here for Madrid, which will be interesting.
For those in favour of I, say I. For those against, say W. I think the I's may have it. Alright, we've got Vimaranvi back. Thank goodness for that. Yes. So here we go. We'll just be waiting for a few seconds. Just to remind you though, if you are not subscribed already, what are you doing? Click the subscribe button immediately if you want to follow all our races. I just need to change the video, by the way, because I forgot. Does it see F126? Do we still call it F126? Even though it's not. Yeah, we do call it F126. I like it that we're just releasing a DLC, though. I think they should do that for the future seasons and games.
Yeah, but it's more likely they're going to be releasing a game next year due to them
Can't wait
wanting to
for
make
it.
more money, though.
Okay. I can't wait for the next game. I think it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Yeah, it'll be very fun though. The next game, I hope. I do hope they make a lot of changes though for next game, and I hope they do really good changes.
Yeah, I'm hoping they put classic tracks in because we're going to see Portimao and Turkey back. And Portimao has appeared in seasons that wasn't in the actual season. It was in the game, though. Same for France, I think, unfortunately.
I
But
actually
yeah,
love Turkey.
yeah, Turkey's brilliant. And I can't wait to go back. I hope they keep the tracks that are not in it in the game, not in it in the game. For example, Zandvoort and Catalonia. Catalonia they probably use for the pre-season because of well, let's not mention it, but you know what? Because usually it's
Yeah,
Bahrain, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be going that way. But yes, we have 12 drivers ready to go, but they haven't readied up yet. I think they're pretty concerned to go racing in the wet. I think it's going to be utter chaos. I didn't know it rained in Spain.
nah, it can rain at every track, I swear.
And no, guys, Yarno is not racing, but he will be soon. Watch the space.
Yeah, I hope he does race. I mean, he's one of my favourite drivers.
My favourite driver. Who's my favourite driver again? Oh, I don't know. But it probably might be whoever wins this race. 5 light Taylor drivers, the rain in Spain, and we're winning.
Yeah, go here for Madrid.
Yes, we are.
Mark, what a start for Mark Daniels. It looks like a really good start from Noah there. And
Uh
Mevanvi's the
oh.
biggest loser of them all into seventh. What has happened to Mevanvi there, Logan?
I think he said his setup is not suitable for this track. He is absolutely suffering. He's gone back to 10th. I don't know what is going on. He's gone plumb last, I think. As I do believe Noah has taken second place off Mohammed. Yes, he has. And his car is trying to get through, and we've got damage at the back. I think that was off Zelov. As we come through to next corner, you can see the legally distinct gas station there. Unfortunately, the real sponsor has not made it. Sad to see, but Mark Daniel has a 1.3 second lead in these treacherous conditions as he hits the wall. coming out of the corner and into the Curva Monumental for the first time. This is going to be really tricky in the rain as we see drivers trying to hang on in these treacherous conditions. And now into the closing of the second sector. Is that a move from Snoo? He's thinking about it, and we've already lost Provotox. Provotox has retired from the session on track. Well, that's not what we want to see. So the yellow flags are out there, but now we're back to green. There's a move there. That's critical damage. Critical damage has had an incident there, but looks like he's got back going again, and there's a car in the wall. That is Zelov, but he's got back under control. Ahead of him is Johan in critical damage, and why is Fieldertox joined the session? He's out of the race. Before he left the session, that's a battle between Geiss and Basil as they're about to finish the first lap.
Yeah, as now they're about to finish the first lap, we're seeing Mark Daniels absolutely dominating, so he must have a wet setup on today. Some of the others seem like they're struggling, but critical damage, is he going to do a move? Going around the outside here, critical damage. Is he going to make the move stick here? No, he isn't. He stays behind Johan there. Are the wets the better tyre at the moment, Logan?
Well, we'll have to see, but it looks very treacherous for Inters. I wouldn't be surprised to see drivers struggling. As we can see the tyres here, the majority are actually on intermediates. So critical damage, Vimaranvi is really struggling. He's down in 10th. Was that a move, possibly for Johan? It might be. He's going for it in the inside at the turn, and he's made it stick. What a move from Johan. Takes 6th place, and there's an incident. That is MK. He has had an incident at the turn starting at the second sector. I've lost count of all the corners here, so I'm not saying turn names just yet. I believe there's 22 turns here at the Madrid circuit. Look at this! Mohammed and Geiss, the two sister team inter-rivalry going on here for 4th place, and Geiss is through.
Yeah, very, very good move from Geiss there to get himself into that 4th position, which will be very crucial points of VCOP today, which will take the most points today. As we do see Mark Daniels out in front, 2 seconds ahead. Looks like he's going to be dominating today, unless the weather does change, which we could see, I hope. But you see Excelov, while Mohammed does get the first 3 seconds of the day, Excelov does look like he could be doing a move here. Mohammed losing a few positions there, going down into 7th there. Excelov and Moranvi fighting there for P9. I think Excelov keeps P9 there. Moranvi in 10th, but yeah, Mark Daniels just going absolutely rapid out front. But Noah is indeed catching.
Yes, he is. It has been a pretty great start from him, as he is currently on his way to lap number 3 now. As I have accidentally signed out of my YouTube account on my computer. That was a silly move of me.
Are you still streaming though?
Yeah, we're still streaming. It's just it's on my PC, not my PlayStation.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I mean, at least we're streaming though. That's a good thing, gang.
Yes.
But we saw critical damage going to 7th there. Looks like Mohammed's losing so many positions. What's happened to Mohammed here? Is it damage? No, don't see any damage on his car. What's happened there, Logan? He's losing loads of positions here. Once he was in 3rd place, I believe.
Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of battles going on, by the way, at the Curva Monumental, and that is Moranvi taking 9th. Who did you say had damage?
No,
Mohammed.
I don't know if Mohammed has any damage, so I don't know what's happened there. No damage whatsoever.
I think Moranvi's got some damage. Oh, I tell you, dude has damage. Critical damage. Has critical damage. As there's a move by Basil. It's so hard to keep up with the action, by the way, folks.
As we've got Noah literally nearly in a second of Mark Daniels here. Noah looks like he's absolutely driving his car through the wet here, just like a boat, which is sailing ahead for his next target here of Mark Daniels, as Noah is setting the fastest lap. As we're going to be seeing a fight, I reckon there will be a fight lap 5 for that P1 here between Noah and Mark Daniel. But while But now we're looking on the other hash here, Basil, who is indeed closing to Gills there in the
Oh,
fourth position there.
and Gills
It's a
nearly
bit slidey
spins.
out of the corner there.
Yeah, he was. He really was.
Yeah, Basil only 2 tenths behind of Gills. Don't think we're going to be seeing a move, but Moranvi is also close to the like of Exceloff and critical damage. Critical damage has indeed got damage from what Logan said earlier, and he's probably going to be holding these guys behind. It will be harder to overtake, so he's going to be holding on for his dear life until he pits, or he could do an early stop and try and do the wing damage to get an undercut, but. Yeah, as
oh,
Noah is within a second now. Well, but Moranvi was looking around the outside there. Don't think
yeah.
he's going to do move sliding all over the place there.
Yeah, there's a big battle for 7th place between Critical Damage, Zelov, and Moranvi, who are fighting tooth and nail. Critical Damage still has critical damage. His namesake is somehow struggling through the corners and in the wall for a second, and he's on wet tires. He's holding these guys up. He's 5 seconds behind Johan in 6th. Oh, and there's nearly a collision between Zelov and Critical Damage. He's desperate to get through, and there was a slide there from Critical Damage. And Zelov is getting really frustrated. Him and Moranvi both. And Moranvi started in 2nd place. He's had a nightmare start. And look who's closing up. Mohammed and INK. Remember, there is points on offer here for these positions. Well, except 11th. As Basil is closing up to guys, by the way. Oh, by the way, overtake mode and straight mode are off because of the conditions.
Yeah, as now we're looking at Noah. I don't see Noah catching now. So, and the track is dry. It does look like the rain is like slowing down a bit, but it's still raining though, which is a problem. It don't look as much as it was earlier, but Noah is still catching though. But last lap he looked like he fell away a bit. So I'm wondering this lap if he can get close enough. As we got a penalty here for Gills. 3 people with penalties now, and we're probably going to be seeing more along the way here. As Exceloff is sort of there with critical damage. Are we going to see Exceloff actually overtaking him here, Logan?
Maybe. Meanwhile, Mohammed has fallen into the danger zone. Danger zone! Because he's now in 11th. He's lost position to IMK. And finally, Zelov gets around. Or has he? Because critical damage is trying to hold on, even with that broken wing. But Zelov down the inside, and he gives him a bit of a nudge. And he's ahead for 7th place. That's a great move. And now Moranvi will be next. But critical damage isn't finished with it yet. He's got the less downforce, but he's got more speed because that's not restricting him. Because, of course, the arrow is designed to restrict his speed and his strength. But my goodness, nearly loses it there. And now Moranvi's trying to get through. Critical damage nearly hits the wall. And now it's very slow through the corner because of the lack of downforce. And now Moranvi is going to try and go up the inside here in this pretty unusual turn. And he's still battling with him. Still with him. And look at this. Through goes IMK, maybe? Yes, he's got one of them. He's got Moranvi there. He's going down the inside of critical damage and he gives him a touch. But he's stuck in 9th place. My, what a battle that was.
Yeah, what a battle between them guys. But Moranvi's coming back. He backs out there. But up front, it does look the same here. Noah is still the same sort of distance behind Mark Daniels. Maybe it's a bit hard navigating to try and get closer to Mark Daniel. But anyway, Basil is 3 tenths behind Gills there. Are we going to see an overtake soon enough here from the likes of Basil here in the Haas car? Because he would love to catch up and try and get a podium here in the Haas car around Madrid. But they're probably just happy to be in the points at the moment because this track's proving very, very hard to drive for some of these drivers here. But he's only like 3 tenths behind here, Basil, but behind Gills. I don't think he's going to do anything here. But MK, round the outside here, off the Ferrari critical damage. Will he make the move? No, he backs out there. But we see Moranvi looking at the move around the outside. Is he going to do it?
Oh,
No, but MK's down the inside.
It's a
There's
freeway
contact
battle.
there. Oh my god. Massive contact there between them guys, and critical damage keeps that position. Who do you think's at fault there, Logan?
Oh, I wouldn't want to be the judge of that. But critical damage is still holding on for dear life. He's still in 8th place as he's hounding up these 3 cars behind him. Now Mohammed's going to join the fray. And now MK is still getting tired. He's going to try and make his position here on the outside. But then he'll get the inside, but there's nowhere to go from there. It just cuts off in the middle. And now he's still stuck in 9th place. They're absolutely struggling here as we are now on lap 8 of the race. Lap 7. Well, it's because they had just crossed the line, but no, they haven't. Still lap 7. Another battle I should mention, Basil and Geis, but it's all been about 8th position at the moment. 8th position, of course, holding up. And there's a mistake from MK, I think, which has allowed Moranvi to challenge for it as he touches the wall for a second. And now they're going to head into the curve and then the unusual chicane we go through and then the tunnel. That is quite a nightmare-ish. It's something you see in your nightmares. Those sausage curbs you want to avoid, of course, is to minimise the speed. But will it prove to cause havoc in the real F1? You'll have to see in about 4 weeks.
I mean, the game will be a bit different compared to real life F1 though.
Yeah.
I think it will be very different to real life F1, but it will be interesting because I reckon we could see a few cars in the wall in real life here.
You definitely could.
As MK around the outside there, doing the move of critical damage, 8th place for MK, critical damage. Isn't holding on with damage here, as Mark Daniels is extending his lead out front once again. Noah, for some reason, catching, and then Mark Daniels extending now. But maybe Dirty Air is also in play in the wet here.
Yes, it possibly could be, especially in the wet. That was nearly a wall hit for critical damage. That would have been critical damage. We're a quarter of the way through the race. Mark Daniel leads by 1.5 seconds. But he's not been the main attraction of this race. It's been near the back, and this is where the lesser points are being scored. Critical damage starting to lose a lot of time now to IMK. Is it because of that wing damage? Doesn't seem to have been struggling as much as he thought everyone else was thinking. But he's still hanging on in the points, but I don't know if it's going to last much longer because Weimar Envy and Mohammed are closing up on him bit by bit, and you can see he's going to have much more trouble in the corners, and this is going to be Moranvi's advantage to try and get through here. He's waiting it out though, it seems. I think he's waiting for the opportune time, maybe the Curva Monumental. Let's find out. They're almost there. Just a couple more corners and we'll be around the giant banking.
As currently, Moranvi is looking to be sliding out a corner. Will he go around We'll go to the inside. He dodges to the inside. Maybe the outside. No, he's not going to the outside. He's going to the inside here. Down the inside. 4P9 here. Does critical damage fight back?
Uh-oh.
No, he don't. Off track. Critical damage. He slides. Oh my god, nearly losing it in the wall there. Is he really struggling with this damage, Logan?
He will be now. He's now in last place as Mark Daniel sets the fastest lap. And he will not be scoring any points at this rate. Mohammed now into 10th. Moranvi on those wet tyres. He's still struggling in those wet tyres. No wonder they don't get used in the real F1. No one except Mohammed is within a second of a driver.
Mohammed is also in the fight for P9, but he does have damage. Moranvi is in, probably for inters.
Yeah, they're in for inters. Remember, the the tyre rule does not apply in the wet circuits. So, of course, critical damage is retired. Well, that is quite unfortunate. He could have hung it out just in case another driver dropped down, and he could have scored points if he finished, but unfortunately, he is out of the race. Critical damage has now become terminal damage. Sorry.
Oh my god.
It's not really that funny.
Mm, yeah, but anyway, we've got no cars within a second of each other now, so not really much fighting going ahead. But when the pit stop battle does come to these guys, we will be seeing some mega fighting.
Well, so down to 10. If they all finish the race, they will score points. 16 for first, 12 for second, 10 for third, 8 for fourth, 6 for fifth, 5 for sixth, 4 for seventh, 3 for eighth, 2 for ninth, and 1 for 10th. Plus the. Oh! And Maranvi nearly loses a great save there. But we are probably going to be waiting a while for a battle to emerge from this race. As you can see, everyone struggling to get something done in this, but hopefully you don't wait a while. You're watching PSGL, PlayStation Formula 3, one of the highest levels of motor racing on PlayStation, and Noah nearly loses it under the tunnel at the end of Sector 1. Snoo now gets a penalty. That's probably not to make much difference. He's 8 seconds ahead of Basil. Basil is coming through the new chicane with the gravel trap, and then past the petrol station, which is, I believe, a Shell in real life. Unfortunately, they're not in the game. Kind of like the Las Vegas casinos, for obvious reasons. Because you don't want to promote gambling to a game designed for everyone.
As we're still looking at
Ego
Mark
dumps.
Daniels, who is 3 seconds in front now of Noah. This is becoming an incredible day for Mark Daniel. Noah was right there, but for some reason Mark Daniels just pulled away, so he's probably holding back a bit of his pace. But anyway, not much fighting going on here, but it will be when the pit stops do indeed happen. But the closest battle we have is the person who is in second, Noah, who is only like 2.7 seconds behind Mark Daniels. So, and that's not really a fight at the moment, but it can be if Noah does pull the plug early. But
Well,
Moranvi is indeed gaining on these guys, only 16.9 seconds behind them. So Logan, where do you think Moranvi can end up when you guys pit?
well, he could definitely get past Mohammed. I actually think it's because of the skipping corner, like Montreal. I think they might be shorter than normal, so it will be pretty close between Mohammed and Moranvi. Maybe not, considering it is getting wet. However, we'll soon see how that pans out. You know, it's possible to do the whole race without stopping, but not recommended. Hold on. Did I just see? I thought I saw street mode go on there. It is getting drier though. It's still raining, but only a tad. As Mohammed comes through the chicane, the twisty chicane, before making his way up the hill and into another series of corners. There are a lot of turns, and there's no room for error.
There's not no room for error, especially in PSGL. No room for error, as all of these guys are all very close together in the ranking of F3. So this will be very, very close between who does win today, even though Mark Daniels is leading 4 seconds. But if it does go dry, it is anyone's game.
Anyone's game. Always is here on PSGL.
As we've got a Mercedes who has pulled the plug early here in PSGL F3. He has pulled the plug, and will he gain on the guys ahead of him? And how much will he gain? And will Moranvi get him? No, Moranvi will be too far
Randy's
behind to gain
way too
anything.
far
But
behind. He still started the third sector.
yeah, I'm actually surprised that I also said Moranvi there, but he was so far behind.
As you can see, he's making his way out. No corners there, and he gets just behind Zelov in 7th. And we may actually have a battle on our hands, but please take note that Zelov has not pit yet. Get these tyres warmed up, and then he's good to go. He's got a huge advantage coming with the tyres. And he's going to try to move immediately. And he hits the wall. Pretty naughty there, but Snoot gets through. I don't think Zelov will be too happy about it, as he's now lost a lot of time considering that bump. Hopefully he's not got damage. No damage, but he will not be too pleased.
No, very, very naughty there from Snow, but we'll see. But we'll see later what happens in the chat. But anyway, we are seeing the leaders go through the pit lane, and no, they're not coming into the pits. They're going past it. So no one seems to be pulling the plug here. I don't think Basil will either. But Noah and Mark Daniels has gone through the first sector to start lap 13. No pit stops yet, but will Basil pull the plug to try and get it? No, he don't. I don't think anyone else is pulling the plug here. No, Basil, no, he don't go through the first sector, but no one seems to be pulling the plug here, Logan.
No, I think it may be too early. They might think it will dry out later. We'll have to see. I think it might be too soon to tell if it is going to dry, but the race on. As drivers hang on for dear life, as we do have a pitter. It is Johan in the Williams, one of the few double teams tonight. Others are just going to be on their own, and he's also getting a wing change, so he thinks he's got enough time to keep his position that he wants. A 9th place, I believe. Yeah, it'll be 9th place, or it might not be. Mohammed is still struggling to get around the first turn, but he should be ahead, yes. Johan will come up 9th, ahead of Moranvi, who's already pit.
So Moranvi is only like 6 seconds behind? Yeah, 7 seconds. No, 7 seconds behind Johan there. But anyway, no, 6 seconds. But anyway, Mark Daniels, 7 seconds in front of Noah. Last time I remembered, he was like 3 seconds behind. Where's the pace come from for Mark Daniels? Because I don't remember him being 7 seconds in front, in my eyes.
He's taking a more aggressive approach, I believe. Norwich just playing it low ball at the moment, and he'll have to pit eventually, but I don't think it'll be now. No, yeah, the back of this track definitely reminds me of Sochi. You know, you have the two right-hand corners, right-angled, and then you've got the pit lane, which is on the right-hand side before the final corner. And then, of course, you have the long run-up to the next corner, which is pretty chaotic. So, you know, in the real world, it could be quite chaotic. But we are 14 laps through right now.
14 laps. We've got 2 pitters at the moment in this race.
Yes. 3, you know. It's 3 because it's Snoo, Johan, and Moranvi.
Oh yeah, 3. My bad. My brain must have gone there. I didn't realise Snow then. Must have gone invisible in my mind there. But anyway, he's 7.7 seconds behind Gilles, and Snow is indeed gaining. So it does look like the guys who have pitted for the fresh inters are gaining. But if I'm being honest, I think Noah should probably pull the plug early if he does want to gain on Mark Daniels here, as the rain does look lighter than it did at the start. But the question is, will it stop?
It's probably singing "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen, but I beg to differ. I'm not sure. It looks like it's got a little heavier than a few minutes ago, but that might just be me. As Mark sets the fastest lap again, 1:46.823. It's about 17 seconds than in the dry. So you tell the rain in Spain is a pain.
Yeah, and I've actually called it, by the way. Noah's in. I have literally called it for him to come in, and he's come in.
Double stack.
I'm working the magic here.
Or maybe not a double stack. He's come out quick enough. Yeah, it's not going to be a double stack. He's come out quick enough. So here comes the next car, which is Basil's. And there it goes. I think the long pit lane, as you see it's split in two, will come the benefactor for those who have already pit. So they'll gain that time back. And Johan has come out ahead. He's got ahead of Mohammed. No, has he? Well, whatever it is, Basil has come out in sixth. Noah is still in second.
Yeah, no,
Mark
indeed in
pit now.
second, but the question is, Mark Daniels will have to come in this lap if he wants to cover off Noah from any chance of getting in front here or any chance of gaining rapidly on Mark Daniels. But will Mark Daniels think I'm going to last it longer to get the better tyres? We will wait and see who will pit this lap. Is Mark Daniels
Yeah, he's
in?
covered
Last
up.
corner, yes he is.
I
He
think
does
that's right.
indeed cover off Noah.
So he will keep the lead unless something catastrophic happens, which I doubt because this is a video game, not the real world. Valtteri, oh, Noah hits the wall coming into the fourth to last corner. That was a pretty hard one. Now coming into the IFEMA, I think it's called, the IFEMA section of the track, the temporary part of the track, before they then come to the finish line. And yeah, Mark Daniel still has the lead, and I think it will be by about 7 seconds again, yes. So, no dramas for the leader.
As it does look like Noah has indeed gained a bit on his outlap, but he hasn't gained enough. Well, we weren't going to gain enough anyway if Mark Daniels was to come in, but we're seeing a fight. Basil fighting for P6 here. Does he go to the inside? He does go to the inside, or is that the outside? He switches. No, now that's the inside. He goes to the inside here, down the
Oh,
inside, and good move from Basil, overtaking IMX, who is on old Inter tyres. So good job from Basil there to get the move early to now gain onto his next target ahead, which is Exoloff.
yeah, brilliant move from Basil. Takes the 5th place, and that's the first battle in, what, 8 laps or something? It's pretty hard to see us pass today.
As yeah, IMX does he like gaining a bit? No, it's not. But it was gaining on straight a bit. But yeah, I wonder if that's the only fight we're gonna get for now. People should be starting to gain on them that haven't boxed, but they surely will be in this lap. But there won't be. There isn't too much fighting at the moment. Do you think there'll be any more soon, Logan?
Well, they're probably praying there's a safety car going to come out that will bunch up the field. But oh wait, actually, I think it might be off. I think there was a thing. Oh, and the MK6 has went off. I believe that's turn 20. Yeah, it is turn 20, so he has lost a position, I think, to Geis. And we have Zelov coming into the pits. MK is also in the pits. I think he's realised his time has come. And I wish he didn't do that spin. Oh, that was Mohammed nearly losing it before he comes in himself. And this will get Moravi, and he touches the wall. That's not good to see either. Johan gets another penalty on the board. A few of them today.
Yeah, definitely a few of them at the moment, but maybe there'll be more doing it at the moment. But anyway, we don't see too much fighting at the moment between these guys. Where will Exolov comes out? He comes out in 7th. What about IMK? Where does IMK come out? Oh wait, he'll come out in 9th because Mohammed is indeed in the pit lane. So everyone sort of is split apart here in the wet around Madrid. We haven't seen too much carnage than we expected, have we, Logan?
No, we haven't. But this is, of course, a new track. There were very few sign-ups today, so it might have been a very different story if we had a full grid.
Yeah, definitely could have been. I mean, I wish there'd be more drivers. Due to like the more fighting, of all these people and that, it would be more fun to have like so much fighting throughout the field.
Yeah, Mark Daniels setting the fast lap again. He's 9 seconds in the lead now.
Yeah, this guy is unstoppable in the wet. This guy is a wet weather master at its best around Madrid.
Yeah, it's just fantastic watching right now. He's been dominating this race.
As the closest person to gaining anything is IMK, which Morenvi is on 8 laps old tyres, so IMK is going to gain very quickly on the likes of Morenvi ahead of him here in the Williams. But yeah, I wonder if Morenvi has to pit again, Logan.
I wonder too. Well, we'll have to see soon, as we have. Yeah, Moranvi might have to pit again. He's trying the two-stop. I don't think it's working. I think his setup's not geared to be a one-stop, which is maybe a critical error on his side.
Yeah, very unlucky for Morenvi today, because he did qualify very well. I believe he qualified like
Second.
second position, didn't he?
He was second on the front row, yep.
Yeah, so very unlucky for him today in the race, and yeah, he qualified amazing, but it just proves that qualifying don't mean anything.
Yeah. There's not even any points for it. Well, actually, there is. There's one for pole position, which Mark Daniel got. And he's got another fastest lap. That probably means this track is getting drier. It is still seeing spots of rainfall, though.
Yeah, I don't think it'll actually dry up before the end because the
No, it
rain isn't
won't.
stopping. But yeah, it's going to be a wet race, which I do. Mark Daniels is very close to being pit stop in front of Noah here, which I believe a pit stop is like 19 seconds, isn't it, Logan?
Yeah, I think it is. So, it is looking pretty good for Mark Daniel. He could get a pit stop ahead and not worry about a thing. But then again, so can IMK because Mohammed has a 6 second penalty down in 10th.
As Gills does look like he is catching on Basil here, but IMK is getting closer to Moranvi. 1.4 seconds to Moranvi and IMK here. Probably going to be right there towards the end of lap 19 here, as we have got Mohammed, who is indeed a pit stop behind IMK here, which is very unlucky for Mohammed, because he did start third place. So I don't know what's
Yeah,
happened to his race. Maybe the same as Moranvi, just struggling with setup and that, and in the wet conditions.
not been great for him. You never know, things could change.
Indeed, indeed. No, 3.2 seconds behind, but Snow does have a penalty. Let's look at pens here. So 3 seconds for Snow, 3 seconds for Basil. Gills has 3 seconds. Johan has 3 seconds, and 6 seconds for Mohammed. So I thought we would get a few more pens across the board, but it's still a lot to be fair. But anyway, 15 seconds down between Mark Daniels and Noah. I didn't expect him to gain like over a second on one lap here on Noah, but maybe Noah's just struggling a bit, and it does look like he has underfueled today, Noah, as he does still have to save a bit more fuel than he likes.
Yes.
But we're looking on IMK here, who does look to be going for a move on Moranvi. Right there with Moranvi here. I said at the end of the lap they would be close, but they are indeed close. IMK looking for a move. Round the outside here. Will IMK make it stick on Moranvi? They're still side by side here. And
Oh,
Moranvi looks like he's
still.
edging him out. Still side by side. IMK still around the outside. Or the inside now. I think it's the inside now. No, it is the outside. to the outside. Still IMK. Yeah, and he does
Just
that
let him
move.
have it.
What a move from IMK.
I think Moranvi has damage to his front wing. Yeah, this is one of his end plates. So it's going to be a little more difficult for him to try and come back. Yeah, his right end plate, if you can see it closely, a microscope, you can see he has no end plate there. And now he is down in ninth, and it's only going to get worse. And he's still got a pit, so I think he might be confined to ninth place.
Hmm. Yeah, he probably is stuck to ninth place here, but yeah, Mark Daniels, look at the gap between him and Noah. Oh my god. What else happened? Snow is in the pits again. What's up? Why is Snow in the pits again, Logan?
Snow's in the pits again. I don't know why it's not showing that he's in the pits. Well, I think it's because I've got penalties on, but yet he comes in again. I think he's doing a two-stop. He thinks it would be faster. Well, let's find out. He's going to lose one position. I think that's all he's going to lose. Or maybe they could come side by side because he's going to speed out now. No, he's not going to get it. He'll have to stay in sixth place. But that may help him because Johan's going to run out of steam by the end of this race. So they could close up. And don't forget, there are penalties to consider as well. But I think they've both got 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely interesting here. But Snow could have got a podium today. Do you think he can still come back to get a podium here?
Possibly.
I forgot another pitter who is Moranvi. He hasn't changed his front wing, but he's on a new set of inters.
Don't want to lose
Mohammed and
time.
him are going to be close. Will Mohammed gain
No.
anything? Will we gain anything down there? Because Moranvi will be on. Actually, no, I don't think it's cold ties, is it?
No.
Nah, so Moranvi will keep that P9 for now.
Oof, nearly loses it in the tunnel as they come under, go up the hill, and Snoo is closing up on Johan, who's on 8 lap old intermediates, so we might be seeing a move for 5th place here. With 8 to go, Mark Daniel has a 21-second lead. A mammoth lead. I've not seen the kind on PSGL in a long time.
Yeah, what can we say? A wet weather monster has been born today in Madrid.
Yes, indeed. Snoo closing up on Johan. He might be going for the move here. He's got lots of energy in those tyres, lots of grip, and Mohammed's got another penalty. That takes him up to 9 seconds as he's closing up on Moranvi, who has a broken front wing. And I don't think Johan is going to even challenge. Nope, he's just let him by. You can have the move. And up into 5th he goes. Oh, and Mohammed hits the wall.
Snow into 5th place here. Will Johan come back though? Johan is sort of there. I don't know. Johan's not going to come back. So I think Snow will indeed extend this gap in 5th place here, as Mark Daniels is 23 seconds ahead of Noah, which I don't think Noah will win from here unless Mark Daniels bins it in the wall, which I don't think will indeed happen today, as he's been quite consistent out front in the V Carb.
It is becoming drier though.
Yeah, it does look. Yeah, it does indeed look like it's becoming drier, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing many fights across the board at the moment. I don't think there's going to be any fights at the moment.
Well, Snow could build up a close gap to Geis, who is on 7 laps. I've been watching too much Countdown. 7 laps over Snoo's 1, and he's 7.7 behind, and that figure is dropping at the rate of naught.
As Gills is calling it, he's pitting. Maybe the tyres are struggling a bit, but he's only been on them tyres for 7 laps, so I don't understand why he's pitting this early for fresh inters. But I guess it's all right for him, even though he does lose 4th place to Snow. But yeah, wonder what Gills can do here, Logan.
Maybe he's got a trick up his sleeve. Johan is getting a wing change again, and he's coming to the pits. I think they're just conserving their energy. They know they're going to score. They just have to finish to score points. Moranvi's also come in. Wait, is he? Oh, and oh my, Mark Daniels got a penalty. Oh no! Well, he's a 25-second lead, so that's now been reduced to 22 effectively.
Uh, oh my god, he's definitely going to lose his lead to Noah, you know. 3 seconds is definitely a lot for Mark Daniels here out in front.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, if only.
Yeah.
And Johan gets another penalty. So half the drivers have committed offences today. And Mark Daniel is coming into the pits, and I am assuming he will keep the lead. And there's another one on the penalties. Only 3 drivers are kept it clean today. Noah, Exelov, and IMK. Mark Daniel comes out. The Valtteri Bottas, is that the 77? Is that a 77? I didn't know you could choose 77 in this, but hey, what do I know? You can apparently.
You probably can because Bottas weren't in F1 25, but he's in F1 26, so maybe that's some way why.
Strange. Well, yeah, he's come out 9 seconds ahead as Noah bumps the wall again, but he may have to pit soon as well. It's become very dry. Is someone going to go gung-ho and go dries here? I think it might be too late for that, though. It's still dripping.
Yeah, the track does look rather dry, but it's still raining a bit. So I don't know if the track evolution here. It don't look at all wet on the track, in my opinion.
Well, let's see what happens.
As we forgot to look, but Gilles has overtaken Basil. Can Basil come back here? I do see Basil closing into the rear of Gilles here. And Basil is on fresher tyres than Gilles. Are we going to see him move down the inside or the outside? No, we're not. Basil doesn't do the move there, but he is closing in here. What can Basil do down in this Mickey Mouse section here? I don't think he's going to do anything here. No, Basil sticks behind at the moment, but can he come back in this sector? I don't think he can. I don't think he's coming back in this corner here. No. Basil 6th, Gilles 5th.
So yeah, looks like we finally have some battling on this sort of dry track. I think it's too wet for dries. Still, it looks drier now, but it's not going to be dry enough. 5 to go. We have the lead, and MK has lost 7th place to Johan, but remember, he has a penalty, so he may get that position back if he keeps it within 3 seconds. Snoo setting the fastest lap now. Mark Daniel still showing why he is the master of this track. Didn't think there'd be a race tonight, but there is. As they come around second sector now, the Curva Monumental awaits the leader.
As the leader is 16 seconds in front of Noah here. Noah struggling a lot, but Mark Daniels does look to be up on his time by a drastic amount here. I wonder what his time will be in the second sector here. As he's indeed inside the second sector here. He does seem to be having some really decent corners here, as he probably will. He's 2 seconds up on his time, which is massive for him. But yeah, as we do see Basil 4 seconds behind. Will Basil gain? Mickey Mouse section again, it's sort of the same sort of time. I don't think Basil's going to do anything against Gilles here. I think Basil is safe in 6th here, but yeah. As it's now dry.
Well, it's still raining. That's just the normal drip being restored, but that doesn't mean it's dry. It's still raining here. There's still drizzle in the air here in Spain. 147.84. Yeah, it's not that dry yet. Or it might be because the inters are still on, but we don't know. I mean, is Mark going to chance it? I wouldn't want it to be if I was Mark, as we have actually got a battle. It's Geis in the 5th place spot, and he's going to go on the outside, which will become the inside. This is a risky move, but he's got it. It's going to be a freeway battle. The Haas has got involved, and he's going to try and challenge for the 4th position off, guys. It's Basil on the inside. And they get out of it clean, and they're going to go side by side for the position. Finally, some action here in Madrid. And it's going to be side by side for the position. There's an incident. That was MK6 as guys holds on to fourth. Is MK6 okay?
I think MK6 is alright. I think he just spun a bit. Has he got front wing damage? No, he doesn't. I think he just spun. I just think he spun the car there, struggling a bit here, MK6. But as Basil is still fighting, he's just about behind. Will he gain back? I think he will come back here. As overtake mode's available. Overtake mode is on Basil's car here. So it is dry in the game, apparently. So could we see some boxes here from people? I don't think we will, due to it being this.
Here's the move.
Due to it being this late.
Basil goes on the inside and he takes fourth position. Fourth position, and he has only a 3-second penalty. They both have 3-second penalties, as now the time has become 1:38.504. Fortunately, the fastest lap point is now gone. It's just the pole position getting a point. I think pole position should get a point. Maybe 3 points on the real F1 instead of the sprints, but you know, that's something on the table for FIA to decide. As now, this battle for fourth may hot up again. Zelov is out of range for that. It looks like he will be finishing. Actually, no, wait. If he's within 3 seconds of guys, he'll get the fifth position. He might get the. Might he get the fourth position as well? Well, if he's within 3 seconds of him, he might get that too. But he is running out of steam, and it looks like with those tyres, he's not going to be able to finish in fifth place or higher.
Exceloff is 3 seconds behind indeed, but
it's not raining.
Are we going to see some people pitting? MK has decided to pit. I think he has got the gap to come back on the dry tyres here. And what tyre does he go on to? I see mediums in the pit box here from MK6. Is it mediums? He goes on to mediums. Why not softs, may we ask, for him? But Mohammed also pulls the plug here.
So
why are they going on to mediums, Logan?
Maybe because they're unsure about the softs, and the softs have already done some qualifying laps, I think. Meanwhile, Mark Daniel could be, well, I don't think they're going to lap him, but he's going to come close to it. It's been a while since we've seen a car lapped in PSGL. Here comes Mark Daniel. We're in the final corner. Starting the penultimate lap. 30 seconds ahead. 31 now. Oh, Rylan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You've left the session.
What, me?
It says you've left the session. Uh-oh.
Oh, my game. Wait.
I think the game might have crashed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my game's crashed.
Uh-oh. Not the way we wanted to end.
No.
As yeah, I think everyone's leaving the session. Oh dear. Oh dear, yeah, the game has crashed.
Wait, is it crashed for all of us?
Yes, stop for me. What a strange ending.
So do we just do the points from lap 27, or does it get redone?
Yeah, because we've done at least 75%. That is strange. Don't know why it's done that.
I guess the winner is Mark Daniels here. By
we do apologise for the technical difficulties, folks. I don't know what's happened. We're still streaming, right? Yeah, that's an unusual way to end, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm alone in the session. It seems. And I'm not getting any message from chat. Let me try something. Are they still in? Well, it's still running. Maybe we got kicked out for some reason. An error on our part. Well, I do believe Mark Daniels is about to win the race. Come on. Yeah, technical difficulties are bound to happen in Formula One, including this. Unfortunately, we've lost the end of the race. I hope this is okay. We're back in.
Wait, so is the race still going on?
Yeah, and there he is. We just caught the end of it, I believe, and Mark Daniels is going to win the race by. Hold on. Snoo's caught up. Snoo is caught up, and but they're not going to catch Mark Daniels. Mark Daniels is too far ahead. Mark Daniels by, I would say, probably 40 seconds. But Mark Daniels is going to come across the line and he is going to take a dominant victory here in PlayStation F3 here, the first race at Madrid. But there's a battle for second here, but I don't think it's going to matter because Snoo has a penalty and Noah doesn't, so he could just give up the position and he'll be fine. He will still be in second position. 42 seconds is the gap. Massive. So Noah is going to finish in second, and Snoo is going to take the top spot on the podium, the third spot on the podium, sorry. And Zelov, and there's a battle for fourth happening. I don't know what's happened to Basil's wing. I'm sure that's a glitch and Gates as well. And yes, Snoo finishes in third after the penalty, and it's going to be Zelov that's going to finish in fourth. Basil and Geis have penalties, and Johan is going to finish in, I think he's going to finish in eighth because MK is about 2 seconds behind. So you're going to say?
Oh, no, I am back in. I was going to say about Excelor finishing fourth, but
Yeah.
But did a lot of these guys leave after the session thing and that?
No, I think there was just a bug on my end or your end. I don't know what happened. But the race is now over. Mark Daniel has won the race. He will take the 17 points with the pole position. Second place will be Noor with 12 points. And Snoo will take 10. So I do apologise for this quite a lacklustre affair tonight with the low attendance and of course the rain causing havoc and the new track causing problems as well and the glitches, etc. But you know, some things just the way they are. Not anyone's fault. It's just nature. There is your result. Everyone finished, gets some points. Woohoo! Not those points. That is incorrect. Ignore them. We really need to have a custom. 38 seconds was the winning gap. Because Mark got a penalty. I forgot. Ranvi was a lap
38-second win. Absolutely mental for Mark Daniels. He's going to be happy with that win.
Yeah, it's like a race from the 80s when 30 seconds all the time. Well, 1-2 and then they won by 40 seconds. And they think that today's F1's bad. No, it's not. But yeah, that'll do it, folks. Again, apologies for the technical problems near the end. But I would like to thank you all for watching despite the circumstances, despite there being no F1 tonight, and despite the half-sized attendances. But, you know, those who attended, fair play to them, given that they're all, despite the circumstances of the race, that will take Mark Daniel his first points this season. He's now on 17 points. Johan is not going to be in the lead yet. I do believe Nat Burney, who did not show up tonight. Actually, is Nat Burney one of, or is he the reserve? I think he was the reserve, wasn't he? Why are we in McLarens? We're not McLaren drivers.
Oh, you never know. I might be one, you know.
Oh well. Well, I thank you for watching again. So sorry about the problems tonight, but nothing much we can do. It's life. We will see you next week for Austria, which I'm sure will have a fantastic attendance. It's one of the fan favourite tracks. Until next week, I wish you a good night from myself and Rylan. Thank you for watching.